What's going on? What's going on, everyone?
Yep, we back. We back in the Pocket Podcast. You know what it is. The model spit out another successful week, above 50%, 75%. We hit 12 out of 16 on our bets against the spread. We killing it over here. We killing it. We still tweaking like how to share the information and all that, but the right now, shoot, man, I think we the hottest thing on the net. Don't nobody know about us though.
We're gonna build that following up. Justin, if y'all like it, hit and subscribe.
Yeah, get in early because you're gonna go back to these videos and you're gonna be like, man, this is before anybody even knew about them. You know, like they only had like 3 or 5 views, you know. Hey, get in now because pretty soon it's gonna be that paywall. But like I said, we hit 75% of the bets. So we're just gonna go through a couple games that we wanted to look at this week. A lot of question marks. So let me see here. We're gonna go ahead and start with those Commanders, baby, because they the talk of the town right now. Come on.
Oh, man. Yes, sir. JD Daniels.
Yes, man. That they coming out with the Hail Mary. I mean, I think I probably watched that video 200 times. I don't seen so many different angles. You know, like Stevenson, I didn't even know who Stevenson was before Sunday. Man, but it's gonna be one of those moments like, where were you when Jaden Daniels threw that? And I tell you, I was in the parking lot of MGM. I was in the parking lot of MGM and I was about to send a text to Jose, y'all, you know, the In the Pocket crew. And I was about to send a text saying, well, I guess I lost my Washington bet. And I was literally just about to text that. And I said, well, let me just watch the last play just in case, you know. And I'm sitting there watching it. I was about to hit send. I switched back, started watching, and then I saw it. I was like, oh, I was in my car, like, oh my gosh.
I had the same scenario. My brother was, so my brother's a Eagles fan. He was sending me like, hey, how many touchdowns Jaden Daniels? He's like talking all this trash. It's me and Tony in there. So Tony's a Washington fan, and my brother's just going ham on us. And he's just spitting out, and I'm over here texting hard, like what? I said, how many touchdowns Jalen threw, right? And as I was about to, I had a full paragraph of my text just to go back at him, right? All of a sudden, I look up and I seen the Hail Mary touchdown. I was like, oh. I couldn't delete quick enough. I'm over here fumbling my phone, trying to text real quick. I was like, man, forget this. I gotta call him. So I called him. Man, I laid it out on him. He was just laughing. It was just everything was built up to that moment, and we was going right back at it. Oh, man, that was so funny.
That was just a great moment for the city, for the DMV. Like, yes. Man, I mean, like, you know, I ain't never seen a football team just give so much happiness to a city, to a town in so long. We ain't felt it in so long, you know.
Right, so. It's a different energy, different vibe. It's just, I can't. You guys just gotta be in the DMV to understand the vibe that's going on right now.
Right. But now,
so let's talk about this game, man. This Giants against
Giants and Commanders, man. So, you know, I will say, you know, it's still a lot of question marks in Washington. You know, we got some holes we need to fill in on defense, even though we did do pretty well the last 2 games. But
some injuries.
Yeah, through some injuries. But now we getting down to the division games. You know, like all those other games was cool. You know, Carolina and whoever else. But right now, we only played the Giants. The Giants are the only division game we played, and I think we won by a field goal.
Like it was 21. It was 21-18.
Right.
21-18, and Neighbors got the last. Well, he got concussed the last play.
So now we go up to New York. New York hasn't won a game at home all year. So I know they're gonna be ready to try to win a game at home in the division. They coming off a Monday night loss against Pittsburgh, so that's kind of good for us. You know, they got less time to prepare. You know, coming off that Monday night game against a really tough team. And then also they got Tracy, their star rookie running back, and right now he's in concussion protocol. So, you know, with that being a Monday night game, it's kind of less of a chance that he might play, but you know that could be a determining factor. I mean, he ran for 100.
You mean more of a chance to play?
No, because they coming off a Monday night game instead of a Sunday. He got less time to recover. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I thought we were playing the Monday night game.
No, we got him on Sunday. Sunday. They coming off of a Monday night game. Yeah, so they got less time. He got less time to recover. He ran for 150 yards against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he runs hard. Like I picked him up on all my waves.
Yeah. I mean, he the truth. So without him, that's gonna be a big that's helps in Washington odds. I will say, I watched that game, and I don't know if it was a Pittsburgh defense, the atmosphere up in Pittsburgh, but Daniel Jones and Neighbors was dropping passes. Like he dropped like 2 passes that he should have caught, like wide open. So I don't know if their chemistry is off. Daniel Jones didn't look real confident in the pocket. He was getting he couldn't not playing well against the rush from Watt and the rest of the Steelers. Had some turnovers, interceptions, fumbles. If Washington can put that same pressure on them, and then also put up the numbers that they have been putting up, I think that they can maybe beat this 3.5 point spread. Right now they got Washington favored at 3.5. But they got a couple things in their favor. What you think?
So, okay, one, they play at home this time around, so I'm trying to see what the weather's going to be. Looks like it's going to be like 59 degrees.
Yeah, not too much of a factor. That's good football weather. That's great football weather.
Yeah, but that field is turf, man. So I gotta say my feeling about it is, one, Giants got a good defense. I mean, regardless of what people think, Giants, their defense has been slowing people down and been giving people fits. You still can put some points on it, but it has been, between fantasy points, it has been doing well. The receiver core has been getting more catches. So Slayton, Robinson, and then you got the tight end, that rookie, I forgot his name, Ford, and Neighbors. So Neighbors going to come back. He's, the first time around, his best friend, which is Daniels. They both came from LSU. Daniels got the best of him. So, it's going to be more motivation to try to, get a better score or a better, just a win off of this, because it's personal now, because they have their own both competition between each other, so that's going to factor in. And then plus they know each other. So Giants know against Washington. So it's going to be a little bit more tight. So I do see it going down to the kicker, whoever's the best kicker, or it could be a blowout. But I think it's Tracy.
So you think this is more like a 3-point game, not like a 7-point game?
No, I think it's a 3-point. So I think it's a 3-point game, but if it was at home, it would be 7 to me.
Another factor is Andrew Thomas, New York Giants left tackle. He went out the game before last. I think that probably had a lot to do with the pressure they was able to put on Daniel Jones because Pittsburgh was just getting to him. Let me see. I can't even remember how many sacks they had in that game. But they was really forcing him to make some bad decisions. I don't know how well our pass rush is if we able to apply pressure like that, as well as Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we can't apply pressure, but not we can apply pressure, but our DBs is our weakest point. And I'm telling you, Neighbors went off on us that first game. Let me see that first game. He went off on that first game.
So they sacked Daniel Jones 4 times. He had 1 interception and 1 fumble loss. Put his rating to 72. 72 passer rating. So you said let's
so
see.
Look, the first game, Neighbors had 18 targets, 10 catches, 127 yards. Ooh. So he in a touchdown, and he got a concussion in the fourth quarter. So we offer that confidence tells you I can play against them. Confidence tell you I was almost close. 18 and 21. Confidence, 18. Yeah, it was about 3 points. And then this was in the beginning. This was like week 2.
This was Daniel's second game in the NFL. He got sacked 5 times. No rushes, but they still pulled out the win. I don't know if they're gonna get that same Jaden Daniels though.
No, but see the running game? 133 from Robinson.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then that was before we started really hitting it with McLaurin. Right. Oh man, you know what? Since you brought that up, we might be able to hit 7.
And then last week, don't let the score fool you. That Washington, they didn't score a lot of points, but they put up a ton of yards. They just kept having trouble in the red zone. That's why they was getting all those field goals. You turn some of those field goals into touchdowns, and and it's not even close. So we know that Washington is capable of doing that. I think Chicago got a better defense than Washington, so I expect us.
Than
the Giants. I'm sorry. So I expect us to hopefully be able to put up a little bit more points with a more experienced Jaden Daniels.
And what do you think about the confidence going on in this game against the Bears? It was a tight game, so you think it wore down?
I was wondering that. Did that wear us down? Because we had to play the whole every single minute of that game.
Yeah. I was thinking that just now.
At the end of the day, I think the Giants are going to be more worn down because they coming off a Monday night game that was also a tough game for them, So I think they coming off I think we should have a little bit more energy, especially based off of that win that probably just gave the team a lot of hope of, playoffs. It's probably playoff talk going around, like I see just a much more spirited team, a much more hopeful team than the Giants right now. So the only thing I think the Giants trying to do is they trying to get their first home win because they haven't had a win all season at home. So, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. It ain't gonna be no easy game. But I think if Washington can come out and get ahead quickly and just assert some dominance, that hey, we in a different tier. Like we not in the same tier like we used to be.
Yeah.
Then I think we can kind of just knock any hope or any energy out of the team. You know,
I was trying to see.
if we can punch them in the mouth early.
Yeah, I was trying to see where the Giants defense ranks.
Oh yeah, let me go on my PFF real quick.
See, so and you adjusted the template with the coming high off that big game,
But
showing
see,
that
I don't know how to adjust it though. You know what I mean? Like how do I?
What's that
You
called? The
know,
factors, big game factors, come back to win. Because that right there boosts confidence. That I tell you that now.
yeah, I agree.
That definitely
Okay,
boosts confidence.
pressure rate. Oh, look at this. So Washington's pressure rate is actually pretty high. When I'm looking at, let me share my screen real quick.
All right, I'm about to share it.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's the old line. Press rate. So I think I'm reading this right. Let's look here at the key. Pressure rate. The percentage of passing snaps to which a pressure is yielded offense or generated defense. Okay, so we pressure 35% of the time. That's
Oh, that's good.
actually that's actually really high compared to the top 7. So what is this right here? Oh, okay, this is advantage. Pass blocking advantage.
Who has a pass blocking advantage?
Okay, so it's not us.
Is the Giants?
They saying, yeah, pass blocking advantage high. Run blocking advantage the higher percentage. They saying they got a better pass blocking advantage, which will make sense because they sacked him 5 times in the previous
Right,
time
right.
they met. But we have a better run blocking advantage. But still, they both kind of like in the yellow. So, and this is before. I wonder if they including the fact that their left tackle was on injured reserve. Oh, but we also got Jonathan Allen out too.
Yeah, but we got Newton, the rookie. He did really good.
All right, cool. So, man, I'm still on the high of Washington, so I gotta say Washington will come out, and this
Yeah, I
gonna
think so.
be I'm calling it right now 27-23.
So I mean, yeah. So once you put your you don't really have to change anything for your your number, your template. Like, what's your template? Or you going off of what?
No, my template is saying Washington.
All right,
That's
let's
what
keep it with that.
Yeah,
Let's keep
that's what the model was saying. The model was saying Washington by a long shot though.
Yeah, let's keep it like that.
So
All right. So what's the next game? We're gonna move on to.
uh
I thought it was let's see.
so I did want to talk about
Oh,
Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So Arizona, Chicago. What do I want to say with this game? So here are the factors that we're looking at. Arizona at home. They are a 1-point favorite against Chicago. Some of the factors in this game are
because they're at Arizona.
they're at Arizona. This is Chicago's. So they got to make that 1,400-mile trip down.
Off of a dramatic loss.
Yeah, off a dramatic loss. This is their third out of 4 games on the road. One of those games being overseas. They do got the same field as Arizona, so that's a benefit for them. Coaching wise, it's kind of even. Not really any advantage or disadvantage there. The O-line, D-line matchup right now, the nod is going to Chicago.
Gotta go back. I was about to say, you gotta go to the Bears.
Yeah, but let's see what that's what my motto is saying. And then let's see what PFF is saying. PFF is also saying it goes to the Bears by a small percentage. 8% protection better on the pass and 6% protection better on the run. So both of those line up. The model, and this is why I wanted to talk about this game, is because the model is built a lot off of the power index, right?
Yeah.
The power index right now, Chicago's way is a lot higher. So if we look at let's look at ESPN FPI. So we look at Chicago right now, they're at a 1 point on the FPI, where Arizona is at a negative 0.3. So that's like a 0.7 difference. Is that what I have in my model? Why that looks smaller? Let me see one thing real quick. Make sure my model ain't up to date. Chicago 1, Arizona 0.3. Yep, that's what I got too. So, but what I did was interesting to me though is look at Chicago. Look at their strength of schedule. They have had the easiest schedule in the NFL according to the power index.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's take a look at who they have played so far. Oh, actually, it was
the Titans.
Yeah, so they beat the Titans, lost to the Texans,
but they lost close to the Texans.
Yeah, 19-13, lost to the Colts. They did beat the Rams without their 2 receivers.
Without the 2 receivers,
they beat the Panthers. They beat the Jaguars,
which is not a good team,
and they lost to Washington. So,
but barely lost.
Look at the teams they beat, and and
who they were playing at the time. Yep,
right. Yeah, I mean, so, and then let's look at Arizona. Who is currently 4-3. They lost to the Bills. Arizona, their strength of schedule, according to the power index. Look at that.
Bills, Rams.
They've had the hardest schedule in the NFL, according to the power index. They played the Bills, lost to the Bills, only lost. I don't know if you remember this game, but they were winning. They almost beat them. The Bills came back and beat them at the end. They played the Rams, and that's where
all the receivers and stuff were hurt.
Did both of them get hurt in that game, or just?
Yeah, both. I believe both of them got hurt in the game.
Oh, okay. So I thought that Cooper got hurt against the Lions. I thought Cooper went out the next week, but I don't know. But so they beat the Rams. They lost the Lions only by 7. They got blown out by Washington, but we know about the advantages they had there with Clinsbury, and that being a revenge game. Then they come back and they beat the Niners at home.
Yeah, I know.
That's big. They beat the Niners at home, lost to the Packers. Last 2 weeks, beat the Chargers. Then they beat the Dolphins with Tua back.
But see, hold up. They also beat the Dolphins at Miami.
Beat the Dolphins at Miami.
So both of them. So both Chicago and Arizona is coming back from a long flight.
Well, it's a difference then, but the Arizona's at home this week. The Bears they got to get back on the plane, so that's an advantage for Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
let me think about this. So you got. Are they saying Arizona's gonna win?
They have my model. This is something where I don't agree with my model. Okay, so my model is showing, right. So right now Vegas is saying, Arizona is the favorite by 1 point. But my model is saying to pick Chicago, and that's because
your model.
Yeah, my model is saying pick Chicago, and that's mainly due to hold up.
Yeah, go with Chicago.
Why you say Chicago?
So I'm looking at. All right, this is just my football sense, right? So Chicago, look at Chicago's teams they played. They beat Tennessee, right? Whoever the quarterback was, Willis or whoever, right? They beat them 24-17. So that means the quarterback only threw, or whoever, their offense only scored 17 points. They played Texans, who is a good quarterback. Do you agree CJ Stroud's good?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. CJ Stroud scored 19 points on that defense. They scored 13. And that was the time where Caleb Williams was trying to get his offense together, running, whatever. They had no running game and so forth. Colts, right? They lost to the Colts. I think that's the one where Flacco came in. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, they only scored 3 touchdowns some sort of way, right? But then they played, I'm looking at the quality of quarterbacks they played. They played, oh man, quarterback from Rams, Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Stafford, with all his weapons, he still got 18 points on there, right? He's still a good quarterback. So they played 2 good quarterbacks, I think. Panthers, they played it's probably Dalton. They smashed them 36-10. Jacksonville, quarterback sucks. Quarterback only threw 16 points. So Panthers, 10 points. 16 for Jacksonville as an offense. Rams, 18 points as an offense. Regardless of receiver, they still had a good quarterback. Now you go to Washington. Washington, I think that game, I watched that game. Jaden Daniels was the better quarterback between the both. Right. They only scored 18 points.
Chicago got good defense for sure.
Yeah. And what I know about Arizona, because San Fran plays Arizona all the time, is if you can get to Kyler gonna mess it. Kyler's good, but if you keep giving him pressure after pressure, he gonna give it up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the like, do you think that Kyler Murray is better than Jaden Daniels
Right now,
right now?
I would say yeah. I mean, Jaden Daniels only got
Do you
8
think he's better
games
than
in the
CJ?
NFL.
Do you think Kyler Murray is better than CJ Stroud right now?
CJ Stroud not playing well right now.
Yeah, but still, I'm asking you, do you think he's better than him right now? In your own opinion?
Right now, I like Kyler Murray. I
No,
so I don't know if
I
I'm the
like him.
right guy right now. I think right now,
I like him too, but I'm just trying to give you an analogy, or like a description of, you got the Bears defense is suffocating. They're pissed for one thing because they lost to Jaden Daniels. They had that game.
right.
They had that game. Would the odds be different if they had won?
If they had won, right, that is true. If they had won, then they would be higher up on
So
the power index, which would have probably made them the winner, made them more of the favorite. That's a good point. That's a
so
good.
I take that all into aspect. It's like, okay, the defense nowadays, I don't care what you say, defense wins the games, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the defense can get to the quarterback, it shuts all that down. What I know about Kyler Murray, he does a lot of scrambling. He's really good at scrambling and find a person on the second level, or their receivers is McBride and Harrison, and then they got tough running back. I honestly believe, man, this is going to be a 3-point game, because when I look at, they beat Dolphins, right? Well, Tua was just got back, and it was 27-28.
But then they beat the Chargers right before that, though, too.
But the Chargers Chargers a running game. You look at the Chargers, they're really a running game. Green Bay. All right, Green Bay. Jordan Love, good quarterback, right? Daniels, good quarterback. They got smashed by Daniels. Got smashed by Green Bay. Now look at the records. They lost to Detroit Lions.
Best team in the NFL.
Yeah, Arizona is battle tested, but their defense. Look at the defense scoring points compared to Chicago scoring points. They lost to the Bills 28-34. So the Bills had 34 points on them. Rams had 10 points when it was no receivers. Lions had 20 points on them. Commanders had 42 points on them. San Francisco, half the receivers, half the players, 23 points on them. Jordan Love, 34 points on them. Justin Herbert, I don't really think he's a good quarterback right now. He put up 15 points on them. Tua, coming back off his first game, they put up 27 points on him. This is gonna be a 3-point game. They put up 1 point.
Who's your favorite?
Bears.
Okay, well, that's what the model is saying.
It's 3 points.
It's saying, well, the model is all 3 of my power indexes are giving the game to the Bears, and they saying that it's a favorable bet, to take the Bears over the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears over the Cardinals. Cardinals is still like, even though the Cardinals are battle tested.
They battle tested, man. They had the hardest schedule in NFL.
Yeah, and they ain't about to give up, because look, they got the Bears, Jets, Seahawks, Minnesota, Seahawks, Patriots, Panthers, Rams, San Fran. So they got they have a hard schedule.
But I'm saying they played the hardest schedule to this point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know.
And so I think people are down on them when they shouldn't be as down on them. But we'll see.
I mean,
I'm gonna go with
they
the
gave him
model.
1 point. They gave him 1 point, so they might not be that down on them.
That is true. That is true. They did give him a point. But that's what I'm saying. But I'm trying to figure out the power index, the model is going against my intuition is my only issue. But
I really think it's because if you look at the last game, like what is in your model that's affecting it mostly? It's your Madden ratings, right?
it's
Injuries.
the O line, D line differential.
Yeah.
So
Hold up.
that's
Listen, let's stop it right there. You had 2 weeks already now. You just been 75%, 80. Hey, let's trust yourself, man. Trust
you're
yourself.
right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, let's trust yourself. I just realized that, like, dude, you second guessing yourself when you already had the answer. If that's what it says, you trust your work, man.
You're right, but it's something don't feel right though. You know, like because I don't expect to be 75, 80% all year. So I'm like,
what don't feel right?
I think
It's hard to
Arizona.
believe. It's hard to believe, huh?
I just don't see. I haven't seen it from Caleb Williams yet. And maybe it's because.
But that's not who I'm. But that's not who I'm basing my offense on.
Defense. You looking at the defense.
I'm looking at the defense turning over the balls. I'm looking at how many times the defense turn over the balls. Second, what I'm looking at is Swift is a good running back. Whenever he was gashing us in the second half.
Montez Sweat is questionable. Pressure. Chicago pressures 35% of the time. So compared to Arizona's 25%. So let's look at let's see if they got anything on defensive rank. I don't know if they got a whole defensive rank. Defense.
Yeah.
How
Chicago.
many turnovers? Yeah. So look at that. Chicago considered to have the 5th best defense in the NFL. So that's where it's coming from. Yep. That's where it's coming from.
Because if you look at it, man, that Washington game, listen, I thought it was a great win because I know Chicago is a good defense. But at the same time, that win was kind of lucky. Like it came
absolutely lucky.
Yeah, look. I mean, if you really look at it,
you're right, Giants. You were saying the Giants got a good defense. You're right. They got a top 10 defense.
Yeah. They've been up there, man. They have I think they got 35 sacks. So no, not 35 sacks. I don't know how much. I know they're like up there with sacks.
Detroit got the second fewest points allowed. It's the Chargers, then it's the Bears, and Pittsburgh tied.
Yeah, so you got, and also you got to think, man, they're gonna be pissed. They're pissed already from last week. Dude just got clowned. Stevenson about to be the best DB next week. He about to have 2 picks. He trying to make up for his job. He trying to keep his job for next year.
Man, it's gonna be a tough week, man. It's gonna be a tough week.
Why you say that? I trust. Listen, I have faith in what you built. I have faith that you put the time and effort. And the thing is, you're not just going off of like your own word. Like you got other help coming to you, you know.
But look at this too, though. We gotta keep our eye on this. Hold on, let me switch my screen. And then we can move on because I know you gotta go. So that game, Chicago They got a couple of people who questionable. Montez Sweat. Let's see on that defense. Jaquan Brisker. Kyler Gordon. They all questionable. 2 D-backs and a D-line. So just something to think about. Watch them. Keep our eye on them. So, okay, we're going to trust the model on this one. We're going to trust the model, and we're gonna stick with Chicago and the number 5 defense. We're going to keep our eye on the injuries.
I was about to say the injury's going to really dictate what's going on.
Right. Yeah, that could sway it either way because it's only 1 point. So any little thing could sway it either way. But right now,
man, Montez Sweat is shin.
Oh, you think he good to go?
Yeah, I think he'll be all right.
All right, so we're gonna stick with the model on this one. All right, what's the
next big one that you want? You wanted to see. You know what's going to be a good game? I think that Denver and Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm looking at that fantasy wise because I picked up Bo Nix. I need a quarterback this week.
What? Why you get Jameson?
I got Jameson, but I don't like Jameson against the Chargers. Chargers got a great defense. Let's see, Chargers.
Do they have a great defense?
Chargers. Coverage. Oh, they number 9.
And I think Carr's coming back too. David Carr or Derek Carr.
Oh, that's the Saints. Versus who the Saints playing this week?
Carolina.
Oh, okay. So Chargers, yeah, they right below the Giants.
I want to know about that Detroit Green Bay.
Detroit.
But what's that third? You was talking about a third game that you wanted to talk about. So we already talked about the first 2.
Yeah, I just brought it up. It was it was Chargers Browns.
Okay, let's talk about Chargers Browns then.
Jameis Winston, them, man. So here's the thing: before the season started, Cleveland was one of my best teams. Last year, Cleveland was one of my best teams. When you look at all around package with the strong defense they had last year, Deshaun Watson went through a lot of injuries. I thought when Deshaun Watson came back this year with that defense, they were going to be some contenders. Deshaun Watson came back. I don't think he ever had his head in the game. He ended up dealing with more off the field issues.
Yeah.
And I think it just radiated throughout the whole team. You saw how Jameis Winston was talking about him. You can just tell, like that really was an issue with the whole team. People calling for him to be benched because of his play. It was just, I think, it's probably a weight lifted off a lot of their shoulders now that they know he is, I'm not saying he's a cancer to the team. I think Deshaun Watson is probably, I don't know. I mean, to me, he was always a good guy, and then he got the massage thing, and then he took the turn into a bad guy. So, but before that whole situation, he was considered a good guy. But anyway, that's not football. So we here to talk football. Right now, I think Jameis Winston, who's not better than Deshaun Watson, but Deshaun Watson is at his best. But right now, I think he's playing better than the Deshaun Watson that we've been seeing over the past few weeks. And I think this team can really surprise some people. I ain't saying they're going far, but I'm saying that they're going to beat some people that people didn't expect them to beat, like what we saw last week.
No. So he threw for 300. He threw for 300 yards. Let's get that straight. Yeah, of course, Ravens secondary sucks, right?
Right.
So, but when you look at Chargers schedule, they beat the Raiders 22-10. They beat Carolina 26-3. They lost to Steelers 20-10, and that was when they had the other quarterback, number two. Oh man, you know how late. Then they lost to Kansas City 17-10 bye week. They beat Broncos 23-16.
Small
Card
fields.
they lost Fields. They lost Cardinals 17-15. They beat the Saints without Carr 26-8. Now you're going against Cleveland Brown, who has a defense. One, two. It's going to be light rain. Three. Cleveland has running backs, and they have a tight end, and they have receivers. On Carolina, on Chargers, it's only a receiver, which is that rookie, and then you have running back Dobbins. I got the Cleveland going off. Because who's
And also that so Chargers, you got a West Coast team going east. That's always tough for the West
yeah,
Coast teams.
and it's gonna be
You know,
light rain that game.
and you know, and they don't never rain in Southern California.
Right.
Y'all get that? And that okay, anyway. But
Tony.
there you go. You know, so they got to deal with the rain. This is Cleveland's second game at home. You know, I always like teams who got two back-to-back games at home. You know, Chargers playing on the other coast, out 2 times on the way. It's actually the Chargers. It's their third game on the road out of 4. Baltimore just coming off that. It's a different field. Baltimore coming off that big win. I mean, Cleveland coming off that big spirited win. You know,
Yeah.
Jameis Winston got them boys hype.
Listen,
You know that he's a motivational speaker first.
Yeah,
He's a quarterback. You know,
but they also changed the coordinator, the offensive coordinator.
That's right. They changed play.
Did you put that in the factor?
So right now, no.
Because I said that last week. I said they're changing the coordinator, right? And I said Dorsey was a backup quarterback, so he's going to give more emphasis to the backup quarterback, which is Jameis and Winston. They have a good connection.
I'm gonna do that.
You know,
so I'm gonna give him points for that. So I'm gonna say, it said, Dorsey, new play caller. All right, I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna add some spice. I'm gonna add some spice to this now. All right, listen to me.
Add the spice.
Okay, Harbaugh was the 49ers coach, I think 9 years ago, right? And I know you remember this. Schwartz was the head coach for Detroit.
Right.
They came at the end. He did all this stuff, and Schwartz got pissed because Harbaugh did something. So who is the defensive coordinator for Cleveland right now?
Is it Schwartz? Oh man, revenge game, baby. Let's put that in there.
Because he do not like him.
Oh no, hold on. Yeah, that's for Cleveland. New note. All right.
Let me see.
And then right now, offensive D-line matchup, they giving the edge. So my model is giving the edge to Cleveland. Let's look at what PFF is giving the edge to. Ooh, yeah, look, yep, wow, look at that. Look at that. By a lot. I love it when my model lines up with PFF. It really makes me feel like I'm doing something. So, so PFF is actually giving the Chargers the worst. Look at this. All the way here at the bottom. The worst comparison when it comes to O-line. So on the pass and the run, they're at the bottom for this week. At the bottom. And also on my chart, you can see it's pretty bad too. They had negative 12.8. It's only one team that's worse than them. So actually, this is lining up well with what my model is saying. So let's look at let's look at some injuries.
Yeah, you got
some injuries.
Bosa hip, a couple of receivers.
Asante Samuel. Oh, he been on injury reserve. Dang, they got a lot of people. Asante Samuel, Gus Edwards, DJ Chark. Hayden Hurst questionable. Quentin Johnson. Darius Davis. Okay. Yeah, so they got a few injuries. Oh, let's look at Cleveland. They got some injuries too. A lot of questionable. Denzel Ward.
Yeah, but who has the most? I think Chargers has the most significant players that's injured.
I don't know. Denzel Ward though. That's pretty big.
Yeah,
defense.
but Cleveland secondary. Listen,
but he questionable though, so I don't know.
Even if he's hurt, who on the Chargers offensive receivers are you scared of?
Yeah, I mean that dude. But like you said, the rain gonna be a factor too. But
yeah.
So that actually works in Cleveland's favor, I think. You know, I mean, Jameis Winston played in Florida and he played in Cleveland. He used to rain, you know. So, yeah, I think that's good for them. Oh, they saying might be back.
And not only that, you got Nick Chubbs. You got Nick Chubbs. Actually, this is third game back from the game. So he's
Chubbs back. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is third game playing. This will be his third game playing. So he's getting back in the rhythm. So basically, this is preseason, right?
All right. So let's see what the model is saying.
You got Jerry Jeudy Tillman. You got Tillman on receiver, Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, and then you have Elijah Moore. I think, and in JUCO, you got better receivers on the Cleveland than you do on the Chargers.
Well, I mean, let's see what they're saying here. Right now, the model is consensus going for Cleveland. So whenever this number, I know you don't, I'm going to fix that. But see how it says Chargers here, 5.8, 5.2. Whenever it's a positive number, that means that they are the underdogs. If it's a negative number, like how they got Kansas City right here, that means they the favorite. So right here, you got 3 positive numbers with a very large positive number right here. It's consensus that even though they got Chargers as the favorite, they saying take Cleveland. So
see, I would have took Chargers until I talked about it with you, and I already not told myself, but I basically told myself that the Cleveland has the better weapons. Even though I think Harbaugh's a better coach. If you kind of understand what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. But he's a better defensive coach to me. He's been having trouble, Harbaugh. He's been having trouble putting points on the board.
No, the dude, he is a grinder. He likes to run the ball. He wants to run, throw to his tight ends, and throw to his slot receivers. That's the type. He don't have the offense. I give him one more year, and his offense is going to be changed. So I'm people are taking. You better take advantage of him now. I have faith in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I definitely give it to Cleveland. And plus, they just beat the Ravens. I mean, I want to know what your model with Detroit and Green Bay. That's what I want to know.
All right, this is the last one. Detroit
That
and
is the
Green
last
Bay.
one. Bad blood.
Detroit and Green Bay. Let's look at the factors that we got going on here. So Green Bay at home, they're not too far away, so the travel is not really a big factor. That actually is a benefit. Anything under 300 miles, that's an hour flight. So that's that's a benefit.
51
for the
51
Lions.
degrees.
Light rain, that's probably a benefit for the Packers because Detroit plays in the dome, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that. Let's do light rain. Let's do -2.
Wind factor is supposed to be 12 miles per hour.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do -3 on that because it's Green Bay. Green Bay, they used to harsh weather. Detroit, not so much. So this is Detroit. This is their 3rd out of 4 games on the road. Division game, so that's good for the away team. The field is different. That's good for the home team. We got the weather.
Detroit had a soft schedule, kind of.
Let's see. Let's look at the strength of schedule. So ESPN FPI is saying, yeah, Detroit they were ranked 23 in schedule, so that's definitely on the bottom half. They beat the Rams. Well, they did beat the Rams barely when they had that 14. Oh, that's right. We gotta remember Love is dealing with an injury.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to the Bucks. Beat the Cardinals 20-13. Dominated the Seahawks 42-29. This one they just went on a tear. Dominated the Seahawks. Dominated the Cowboys 47-9. Did not dominate the Vikings. They came back and won to beat the Vikings by a field goal in the last 2 minutes of the game. Dominated the Titans, ran the score up like crazy.
I think the Green Bay matches up with them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Green Bay match up with them for sure.
If you look at Green Bay and Tampa Bay, they're almost the same type of offense. Hard-nosed running back, multiple receivers. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Rams, with that first game, they lost in overtime, but Rams have good receivers, good quarterback, running back, right? I don't trust Seattle. Cowboys is done, but Minnesota, 2 wide receivers, running game, and really they should have lost that with the face mask. They pulled the face mask to the
Oh,
side.
right. Yep.
Yeah, so I think I'm going with Green Bay on this one.
It comes down to Jordan Love to me. So offensive
I'm thinking
D-line,
even when Lee, think about it. Rodney scenario, new quarterback comes in.
no, that's different though. It's a new quarterback who you ain't seen. They got footage on Malik Willis. So
Yeah, but it's hard to prep on 2 quarterbacks throughout the whole week.
right, and I think that's why they keep them questionable. You know what I mean? Because they so different. It's you trying to have them not really know which one. But just to get finished with my analysis real quick, coaching.
Okay.
We got coaching not too much different there with Matt LaFleur getting a little bit of a nod. Offensive D-line, this is important. Like according to my model, they are pretty equal when it comes to their O-line protection. Let's see what PFF says about that. Okay, so why they got
who's that? Who's the one with 2 greens on top?
That's the Saints in Carolina. So pretty much they saying the Saints are way better on both ends. Okay. So I don't know why they got 2 Green Bay and Packers games, but they're giving a nod to Detroit. So see, it's weird because one of them. Let me refresh this because I don't know why it's 2. That's weird. I don't know why it's 2. One of them they giving a nod to Green Bay in the run game. The other one they giving a nod to negative to Detroit. I'm not sure why they got 2 there.
Say that again.
See if you can see on the screen. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, I see what they doing.
One's with Malik and
one
with
is
Love.
Green Bay, one is Detroit. So nah. So I got that wrong. So let me look at that. Can I filter on the game? All right. So they're saying it's no change for the pass protection. They about equal. But they saying for the run protection, Green Bay has better run protection than Detroit.
Yeah.
So interesting. Okay. But for the pass protection, they're about the same. So yeah, okay. So it's not really, I mean, this game really comes down, and then on the power index, let's look at the power index. I know we got Detroit at 1 easy. So Detroit at 7.6, Green Bay at 2.4. That's like a 5-point difference. So let's see what the model says. The model it's a mix. It's not a consensus, which I would expect that. ESPN is saying take Green Bay against the 3.5 spread, but the other 2 are saying take Detroit against a 3.5 spread. So to me, this game is really like a non-bet because it's really 50-50.
That's because that probably because they don't know who's playing as a quarterback.
Let's see. Let's look at the injuries here. Let's go.
Because that tells you like if you have Malik against you, if you had
Right. So that's a good question. So if it's
oh, you know what? Do it with Malik first and see what it says, and then do it with Love and see what it says, and then let's see if we can get the average of the two.
um, see, they got so you can't really so they got for Madden ratings, Jordan Love is 83, Malik is 65. So that's an obvious drop off
Is
right
that an
there.
updated one?
Yeah, yeah. Malik is I mean, we don't I know you like Malik, but he is not Jordan Love. He's not Jordan Love.
No, I know he's not Jordan Love, but the thing is he has a running game weapon that it's hard to like. That's an element that you can't really study. I mean, you
If
can't really.
I think if you have both, you know what I mean. If you can get the
He
ball
can
down,
he can
if you
throw it deep.
let's look at his stats. Let's look and see what he did. Um, uh, when he was starting. So Green Bay. Come on. So just this past game, he was 4 for 5, 56 yards with a touchdown. But 50 of those yards came on one pass, pretty much. Um, he also ran for 23 yards.
They got him at 90 speed. Yeah, dang.
12 for 14, 122. Okay, so see Jordan Love though against Minnesota, 389 yards, 4 touchdowns. You see what I'm saying? He's just a way bigger threat.
Yeah.
So you got to account for that. Like so if I did put in, let's just do it real quick just to look at it. Let's see here. I take this and then I go to my injuries. My what am I looking for here?
I'm telling you, man, something about Willis, man. He got confidence. He ain't got the pressure on him. He got receivers. He got a good offensive coordinator who knows how to play with him.
Right. But you talking about going against the best team in the NFL though.
But their defense is not that good. They don't have Hutchinson. Is it Hutchinson? Yeah, they don't have Hutchinson, so they're not scared of the big bad wolf.
Where the hell is my injuries? Where's my injuries? I got that. Injuries. Team match, name match, coach. Oh, here it is right here. Here it is. This is still a game. If I had, I'm not touching it batting wise. Only because if Jordan Love was playing, yeah, I'm definitely not touching it. If Malik Willis is playing, I'm probably leaning Detroit. Because a big thing that I do here is you can see that he's the highest rated quarterback that's injured this week. So this gonna have the biggest impact to the team. So what I do here is when I go to Green Bay, I'll go here, put a 7 right there. Oh, did I do that right?
I'm trying to see Jair Alexander hurt.
Yeah, no, that's just a 7. So if I do that, yeah, it looked like Green Bay. Yeah, because I got them down as another injury for a 93 player. So some high-rated player is also hurt.
It gotta be Jair
Oh, yeah.
Alexander.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it must be him. Yeah. And let's see, and I don't have any injuries on Detroit's. No significant injuries for Detroit.
Hutchinson.
Why is it not coming up? He must not be rated high on Madden.
What? The DN? The DN's like a 90 something.
Adam Hutchinson, injured reserve. Oh yeah, 94. Oh, okay. Yeah. So he don't fall in my. He doesn't fall in my. He falls in my O line, D line rankings. So when I go to my.
But before he left, he was leading in sacks. So that differs. That has a big impact on the defense. Like your pressure rating now drops. Like if you were high at one point, now it should be dropping. And if you're going against Love, Love's gonna throw the.
But see, I got him right here. I got him right here in my D line.
Mm-hmm.
So his injury is falling in here in this offensive line versus D line matchup.
Who has a better D line? Is it Green Bay? It got to be Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit has a better O line and a better D. Oh no. So they match up easy. So look, D line. So you don't do D line versus D line. You versus D line versus O line. So Detroit is an 87 O line. Green Bay is an 82. So they match up well. Detroit is a 76 D line, which has been dropped down because Hutchinson is bring this average down because he's out, so he's not included in the average.
Oh,
and the O line is 79, so they match up well. So it's not a big differentiator with those two because
you have to add this in. You got to add this in for the coaches for Green Bay. Green Bay got Robert Saleh as an analyst, like a counselor, like a advisor
from the Jets.
Yeah, that makes a big difference because his defense. He may not have been a good head coach, but his defensive schemes, man, he know how to coach defense.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'll put that down. I'll give so for Green Bay, I'll put that in. So I'll give him 2 points. 2 points for nah, that's a good all right, so that was a little boost for them. So now let me just do this last thing just to so we can get up off here because we over an hour right now.
Yeah.
But this was good though, man. We got some good nuggets, man. This is good. So now when I go down to differential, it's not gonna be a big difference, I can tell. Oh no, it is because I put the quarterback in. So Green Bay, Detroit, yep, 8.3. So let's put that in and see what it does. Copy it. Put it right here. Bam. That's the biggest one because that's anytime he's the highest rated quarterback who's injured. So put that in. Bam. And now, so now it's a consensus for Detroit, which will make sense if Jordan Love is out, then and it stays at 3.5, then well actually, wow, even with that though. Even with that, they are still saying that it's still like a toss-up because the point is 3.5. So this 3.5 must be with Jordan Love out. It's what they're telling me.
Oh yeah.
This 3.5 right here is saying, and if he plays, this is going to drop to probably 1 or 2.5 or something like that. So to me, this 3.5 is they're saying that he's not playing, and that's why it's there. So it's still pretty close because 3.5 is the number. You got 3 right here, 2.5 right here. The biggest difference is this 5.5, but that's still too close. Like I wouldn't bet this because
who's 5.5?
ESPN. It's ESPN is saying Detroit are 5.5, where Vegas is saying 3.5. So
I can see that.
So it's still close. It's still close. I wouldn't bet it. I couldn't bet that game. That game gonna be like a 50-50 game.
You would have to wait until to see if Love playing.
If Love plays, I'm still not betting it. I'm still not betting it because it's just too. I mean, when in the betting game, in the betting game, you're not looking to try to pick 50-50 games. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You want to pick games like this where, the bet, like they're saying 3.5 and the model is saying 9.5.
Who's the game on that one?
That's Washington. Washington versus the Giants. You see what I'm saying? You want to look for games like that where, and then all of the models are saying that it's saying the same thing. Houston Jets. Look at this right here. The Jets are a 2-point favorite, according to Vegas. When you look at the model,
because you got Diggs out for the season, and then you got the other receiver out.
Yeah, you still got both of them out, but they still saying Houston gonna win. They just got the Jets as They just got the Jets as so low on the because Jets, their strong point is supposed to be their defense, and they're not even playing good defense right now. So that's actually let's look at PFF and see where they're ranking in the defense. So defense. Yeah, Jets are at 16. They have 16 right now. And they're not putting up points. So according to, they're saying that even without those two players, Houston is still the better team.
Hey, but they ain't got no receivers. They got Woods, they got Dell, Schultz, Michi,
But they got
and Mixon. Mixon been killing it.
Mixon been killing it. Mixon been killing. They got Houston defense as better than the Jets defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and then I know they're gonna have that offense is better. So offense, they got them at 10, but the Jets at 16. So they right now PFF got both. So I just say that to say is those are the type of bets you're looking for. You're not looking for no bet where it looked like it's a coin flip and you're trying to figure out which side the coin gonna land on. That's a losing strategy. You looking for games where it's like this, like they saying like the Jets are the favorites, and and the tech, because everybody thinks the Texans, because the whole market thinks, oh, the Texans lost both of their receivers, they're done for the year, where the model ain't saying that, so, but it could be wrong. I don't know, but those are the type of games you want to bet, not the Detroit and Green Bay. I would stay away from that. So,
man, that's a good gems right there. That's a good gems. I think we broke down some good games. Even if people don't pick the odds or whatever, at least they can understand like the players that's going to go off within those games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. We'll come back next week. We'll see how it goes. I'll be waiting on Friday. Oh, not Friday. Sunday for that text. We're gonna try it out.
And yeah, I'm gonna do what you said too. I'm gonna change it to how you said it because I stared this so much. I just do. I know what it's telling me, but now I'm gonna do it the way you said it, where it's gonna say Philly +3, Cincinnati -7. You know what I mean? So it's gonna tell you which one to bet. So yeah.
Oh, so that Jets game is tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow night.
Yep. And that's really why I think they favor the Jets so much, because they give a lot of points to the home team on a Thursday night game. So
I'm at the see if you get I'm telling you right now. So hit me up and see, or hit us up and see what your spreadsheet says for tomorrow night.
I just told you what it was.
Oh, you ain't got to do no more You ain't got to do no more adjustments.
Nah, only thing that we'll have to adjust is if we see is any, but it's right now it's so far in favor of Houston. Like you would just take Houston, like because it ain't no. Let me see if it's any other injuries. Because that's the other thing is the Jets, their offensive line and defensive line is all hurt up.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, they got some questionable people. Jimmy Ward, safety, but he practiced. Al Shahir he also practiced. Damian Pierce was a non-participant. Stephon is out. Stephon is out for the year. And Nico's still out. Supposed to be back November 10th.
Mm.
So let's look at the Jets, man. Let me look at that line because the Jets. Okay, so they got Mosley, that they defensive linebacker, questionable. Quincy Williams, right outside linebacker, is a reserve. Tucker, O-line, questionable. Moses, questionable. Right guard, right tackle, right end on injured reserve. Alan Lazard, questionable. Even Greg Zerline is questionable. He got hurt. Tony Adams, questionable. Yeah, they struggling, man, with these injuries. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Houston anyway.
Let me see if they change the line.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Nope, they still got Jets. They still tip toward Jets. Let me see where the money at though. Let's look at last thing. I mean, it's so much information to look at, yo. That's the problem.
So I got the Houston. I got Houston plus 1.5. Is that what you? Or Houston?
You say 1.5 on yours? Oh, so it changed then. So it was 2.
So I got Houston with plus 1.5 spread, and then I got Jets minus 1.5 spread.
Let me see what okay, so it changed. So that means that a lot of people are betting on Houston. So that means we going in the right direction. So a lot because they changed the line to make it, to give the Jets less points. So so that means that people are thinking like how we thinking, that Houston is going to be the favorite. But let me just see, and that would mean that's where the money
was. So I would pick the 1.5 Houston.
Houston, it should say Houston plus 1.5, right?
Yeah, so I should pick that.
Yes.
All right. I'm doing that right now.
Drive boards. Betting tools. Here we go. Best bets. Yep. Let's see where the money at. Yep, all the money is on Houston. Cash and tickets.
I maybe win a shot. I'm going with your model.
Yeah, all the money. So Vegas money for the spread, 82% of the cash and 83% of the tickets is on Houston. But this is actually different though. But for money line, meaning just don't include the points, just win or loss.
Plus 105.
It's actually the money 51% on the Jets for tickets, but 95% in cash is Houston. So to me, that's saying that the Sharks are putting big ticket money on Houston, but a lot of the smaller bettors are betting on the Jets, like people who don't really study, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of big money on Houston money line. So really, you should bet. You can bet Houston money line, or you can bet Houston +2.
No, I'm going Houston plus 1.5.
but you will actually get more money. Did you already put your bet in?
Yeah. So how
Right.
what
So you would have got more money, and I know you just learned this, but see where it says like minus 110 or plus
yeah.
108. So
Yep.
so on the money line, what's the number? Plus what?
Plus 105.
And then on
On
the
the Jets is
spread,
on the this is for the Houston is plus 105 minus 110 spread, which is the 1.5 plus.
right? So you would have got more money if you would have betted Houston money line. So that
I'm
means
gonna,
just
I'm gonna put it on Houston money line too.
you ain't gotta do both.
I'm doing both.
All right.
Sound scared now.
No, I'm saying the whole point is you want to spread your bets out for the whole week. And then what we're trying to do is hit 60% of those bets so that we can be in the positive. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
so we hit that 60%, then we win it. We don't want to put, because anything can happen. Somebody can get hurt, bam, bam, whatever. So
Well,
you
they got
diversify your assets and you try to get that little bit of positive, and then you if you you don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's all I'm saying. So
and your model said what? What's your model say?
I told you to say Houston.
No, but plus what? Because I have an alternate spread where I can make the spread the
So I
exact thing
got
that you have.
3 different ones. So I got
Give me
Houston. I got Houston -2. Houston
Houston
minus.
-2.
Or yeah, I'm saying that's what my model
But
is
what's that?
showing.
But so I
That
put
means
minus.
Houston is in my model. Houston is the favorite.
Okay, so no, I'm gonna put -2 then. All right.
Don't
What
do
else?
that. Don't do that. Don't do
No,
that.
this is an alternate.
I know, but you okay? You must be betting like $5.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, you can do that then. $5. Yeah, go ahead.
So what is so yours says -2 after 3.
Yeah, so out of 3, one says Houston -2, one says Houston -4.5, one says Houston -5. So what's the payout if you do? Is there a Houston -5?
Mm-hmm.
What's the payout for that? Plus what?
Plus 197.
Oh yeah, that's real good. Oh yeah, do that. So I mean, you'll get like $15 if it hit.
Oh yeah. See? Boom. Done. Yeah, I trust your model, man. Trust your model. All right, so yeah, that'll be it for tonight, man. We went a little bit longer than normal, but
Yeah, I know.
we got some good knowledge. I learned some things. I'm still learning about the spread, so I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you on the next week.
Yes, sir. All
All
right,
right.
take it easy.